world of constant motion, excellence stands as the guiding light. Across the supply chain, true leaders illuminate the path to progress with precision, innovation, and resilience. They are the ones pushing boundaries and achieving greatness. Together, they are pushing excellence, inspiring the future. It began with a call for stories of transformation. Nominations poured in from across the world, each representing bold ambition and real impact. They brought evidence, case studies of measurable impact through bold leadership and the power of digital innovation. Behind every great light are the keepers who ensure its brilliance. These are the individuals shaping the future, ensuring that those who redefine what's possible in supply chain get the recognition they deserve. And now it's the big moment we have been waiting for. It's time to honor and celebrate the achievements of the supply chain leaders who dare to lead and dare to change the future. Let the celebration begin.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everybody. Wherever you are in the world, I'm so delighted that you're tuned in for the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025. My name is Radu Palamariu. I am the Group CEO of Elkett Global, and I am delighted to be your host for today. Now, why are we doing these awards? 3 years ago, myself and Knut Alike from McKinsey, we wrote a book, From Source to Sold. And that book aimed to answer the question, what does it take for a great supply chain leader to make it to the CEO or to the Chief Supply Chain Officer position? And that book, 3 years later, is still being read all over the world. It has become a bestseller, and it's highly successful. So we thought to ourselves, what can we do on a yearly basis, because we can't put out a book every year, what can we do on a yearly basis to spotlight some of the best work that supply chain leaders are doing, moving supply chains all over the globe? And this is the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards. This is the ceremony that we are going to witness tonight. And these are the top 30 best supply chain executives making a dent in the world right now. Now, what do we do at Elkett Global? At the core, Elkett Global is an executive search firm which recruits executive and non-executive board roles across companies, global and in value chains. Whether they are multinationals, whether they are local conglomerates, whether they are private equity companies, we are basically helping them in terms of finding the best CEOs, regional heads, chief operations officers, chief supply chain officers, and across all roles really that make a value chain work. What is a value chain? Simply put, it's a combination of elements that bring a product to life, whether it is from the part of designing it all the way to delivering it in our hands as consumers. We have a presence globally. We are in Asia Pacific, Middle East, Europe, North America, and Latin America. And we pride on being extremely well connected across the value chain ecosystem. And these awards are another way in which we add value on top of the recruitment services we offer. Back to the awards on the methodology. So the first step was nomination. So we had a large number of professionals all over the world being nominated. It's actually our record year. We've never had as many nominees all over the world, whether they are global heads or regional heads of end-to-end supply chain and operations. They got nominated. Then subsequently, they submitted case studies on 3 different topics: on operations excellence, digital transformation, as well as leadership and strategic leadership in supply chain. Those case studies then went to be assessed by a panel of 10 jury members, all of whom were either former chief supply chain officers, current chief supply chain officers, as well as personalities and experts in supply chain. Secondary, there was a 2,000 people peer-to-peer voting. 2,000 all over the world, C-level, VP level, director level in supply chain that voted on those nominees and what they knew about the companies and the respective people. Then we averaged out the votes. 75% came from the jury votes, 25% came from the peer-to-peer, and that made an objective and transparent process. And now we have the top 30 winners to present to you tonight. The theme of these awards for this year, Pushing Excellence, Inspiring the Future, is anchored by the lighthouse, steadfast, guiding, and unafraid to shine in the storm of uncertainty that we are faced with. Tonight's nominees are those very beacons, standing firm in turbulent seas, whether they're tariffs, geopolitics, all sorts of disruptions happening in supply chain. and they are lighting the path for the next generation of supply chain leaders. So let's light the way. Enjoy this evening program, celebrate your peers, and join us in recognizing the achievements of the leaders who keep our world moving.
10 distinguished leaders served as our jury this year, guiding the process with wisdom and fairness.
Thanks a lot for all of you handing in great case studies to the Top 30 Leaders in Supply Chain Award this year, 2025. I found it amazing to see what topics you pushed, what ideas you implemented, how you pushed the transformation of your supply chain forward, and also to see what level of detail was described. I was blown away by the number of companies that already start now to use Gen AI, to use agentic AI and further digital tools to improve the performance of their supply chains. And it was also amazing to read how you basically connect the dots and then also communicate to the board, and with this make supply chain a really, really important topic. So congrats to the winners of this award, and thanks a lot for participating.
Good evening, everyone. It's a real pleasure to join you for this celebration of excellence in supply chain leadership. I want to start by congratulating each and every one of you. Tonight, we are not just recognizing achievements, we are honoring the people who are shaping the future of our industry. Over the past year, we have seen supply chains evolve faster than ever. From end-to-end, suppliers, employees, customers, and end users, we are becoming more connected, more intelligent, and more resilient. Digitization, AI, and Gen AI are no longer just buzzwords. They are embedded in how we operate. They are helping us drive sustainability, improve customer experience, and deliver real value to our businesses and shareholders. But technology alone is not enough. What truly powers our great supply chain is its people. And the best leaders, like those we are celebrating tonight, know that investing in people is what drives operational excellence and long-term success. To the winners, your work is inspiring. You have shown what it means to lead with purpose, to innovate with courage, and to put people at the heart of everything we do. You're not just improving supply chains. You are really transforming industries. Thank you for your leadership, for your passion, and for your commitment to building a smarter and more sustainable future. Enjoy the celebration. You have really earned it.
A beautiful day here in London, and wanted to kind of say how delighted I was to read through all the presentations and the Alcott Global Awards. A few trends I saw consistently through the program was leaders taking the initiative, taking enterprise view, what it takes to be successful in their enterprise, understanding the world we live in is less stable and less organized than it was, but proactively taking charge and having the supply chain be a part of delivering true enterprise value and driving that through a series of concrete steps that can bring value to their enterprise. Second one was I saw a real kind of value creation story from continuing to drive a sustainability agenda, continue to think about what it takes to win in a world in the next 20 years that will require a very different thinking in sustainability. And lastly, a technology perspective. There were some really interesting technology perspectives on how to reinvent and reimagine supply chains and rethink about how we are delivering products to consumers in such a diverse and AI-driven world. So we'd love to see how this all pans out in September. Delighted to have been part of the panel and look forward to celebrating the leaders who are driving change, driving the agenda, driving resilience, and in a turbulent world, making this a world in which we can all be proud of. Thank you.
before we get to our first set of winners, we want to take a moment to reflect on the people behind the positions. The past year has continued to challenge how we attract, retain, and grow leaders in supply chain. And we at Elcott Global, we are in the middle of those conversations every day, as our day-to-day work is closely interlinked with recruitment and finding the hard talent for the companies. So to give us a quick pulse on what's shaping executive hiring right now, what's keeping leaders up at night, I'm turning things over to Fei Yu, our Managing Director for Europe and the US. Fei will share some insights before introducing the first group in our top 30 list. Fei, over to you.
When we talk about leadership today, the bar is higher than ever. Value chain leaders today are juggling 5 things at once, and all of them are on fire. Political tensions, tariffs, rerouted trade flows, weather disruptions, and on top of that, the relentless pressure to move faster, cheaper, and smarter. But depending on where you are in the world, the game looks a little different. In Europe, leaders are dealing with energy volatility and geopolitical fragmentation while pushing hard for independence in key areas like semiconductors and pharma. In the US, the focus is all about reshoring, securing the supply chain, and going digital. It's about building resilience closer to home and reducing dependency on China. Asia is still the world's supply engine, but now it's smarter than ever. We're seeing major innovation in automation, AI-driven planning, and logistics. Latin America is stepping on the main stage, emerging as a nearshoring hotspot. With major infrastructure investments and a rising pool of young talent, the region is gaining momentum fast. And the Middle East is shifting gears from oil-driven economies to logistics powerhouses. Places like Saudi Arabia and the UAE are investing big in trade corridors, smart infrastructure, and free zone to connect the world. But wherever you look, whatever the region, one thing is clear: your value chain is your competitive edge. At Elcott Global, we see these challenges firsthand through our work with senior executive and board-level searches. And in recent survey of over 300 senior value chain leaders, these 3 big themes stood out. First, digital transformation, AI, and automation are still top of mind. Second, workforce development is becoming more urgent because without the right people, even the best technology won't get you far. And third, talent shortage, high turnover, and tough hiring for key roles like plant or DC managers are real ongoing challenges. The companies that will win in the future are the ones that don't see talent as just HR's job, but as a core part of their business strategy. Because the light, the potential is always there. But it takes great leaders to turn that light into direction, into action, into impact. And today, we're here to celebrate some of those leaders. Let's find out who the top 30 to 26 winners of the Leaders in Supply Chain Award 2025 are.
Originally from Ireland, he began his career brewing Guinness and expanded his experience by taking on global supply chain roles across Europe, Africa, Latin America, North America, and the Asia Pacific. He is responsible for all facets of global supply chain strategy and execution, with a focus on transforming the network to drive competitive advantage for the business. He has a passion for sports, especially soccer, and spends his spare time restoring classic cars. He and his wife have 4 adult children and 1 grandchild, whom they enjoy visiting in Texas, London, and Dublin. Top 30 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025 is Paul Gallagher, the Chief Supply Chain Officer of General Mills. Congratulations, Paul Gallagher. Her journey into supply chain began by pure chance in 2001, right after she completed her studies in information technology and science at the University of Economics in Prague. She fell in love with the dynamic world of supply chain, especially the opportunity to meet people from different cultures and learn how supply chains operate across diverse markets. Passionate about people and customers, she never imagined that a spontaneous start would lead to such a fulfilling global career. Originally from the Czech Republic, she has lived in 4 countries and now enjoys life with her husband and 2 kids, balancing her love for ice hockey, tennis, and a good book. This year's Leaders in Supply Chain Awards Top 29 goes to Marquetta Gibson, VP Global Supply Chain at McCain Foods. Congratulations, Marquetta Gibson! Growing up in Asia, with frequent journeys back home to the UK, he was exposed to a mosaic of countries and cultures as travel often meant multiple stops, since planes couldn't fly as far in those days. This sparked his early curiosity in how goods, people, and ideas move around the world. That curiosity led him to study economics and statistics, but a pivotal conversation with his father introduced him to the emerging field of supply chain. For him, working in supply chain is like solving the ultimate escape room. It's a dynamic, challenging puzzle where success depends entirely on teamwork and discovering how to make a real impact together. Congratulations to Matt Winterman, former head of supply chain at AstraZeneca, on being the top 28 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025. Escaping the Civil War more than 35 years ago, he left the mountains of Lebanon, crossing borders to pursue new opportunities abroad. His departure marked a step toward stability and growth, set against the backdrop of a country in conflict. His career spanned 4 continents and 7 countries, with a focus on executing mega industrial projects in the oil and gas industry, LNG, infrastructure, and rail all around the world. He enjoys spending time with his family, the outdoors, competitive shooting, and donating his time to non-profit organizations. And the winner of the top 27 of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025 is Tariq Amin, Principal Vice President, Chief Supply Chain Officer of Bechtel Global Corporation. Congratulations, Tariq Amin! With over 30 years of experience across global consumer goods companies, she brings a legacy of transformative leadership in engineering, manufacturing, M&A, and operational excellence. Her influence extends far beyond operational metrics. She is shaping a more sustainable and inclusive future, proving that true human leadership is measured not just in results, but in impact. Outside of work, she enjoys reading, learning, and spending time with her family and their adorable border collie called Wonka. The top 26 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025 is Maria Pia Di Caro, EVP Integrated Operations and S&R at Pernod Ricard. Congratulations, Maria Pia Di Caro.
Big congratulations to the top 30 to 26 winners of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025. Now, before we reveal those who made the spots 25 to 21, I'd like to pass things over to Jaya, our Managing Director, APAC, Middle East and Africa. She'll be sharing some quick but important thoughts with you on the current challenges in hiring strong supply chain leaders, and because it's a topic aligned closely to the Excellence Awards we're recognizing today. Jaya, over to you.
Thank you, Radu. Hiring in today's supply chain world is like finding the right lighthouse keepers, the ones that don't just watch from the shore, but guide others safely through the storm. From Alcott Global's recent industry survey, 79% of the companies say their top challenge is finding leaders with the right skill set and cross-functional expertise. These are people who need to see across functions, beyond silos and who need to integrate operations with AI and latest technologies fast and right and show the right way forward to the teams. 49% say that there's a shortage of talent with technical capabilities. AI, supply chain optimization, and automation. The seas have changed, but not enough leaders to know how to navigate with the new tools. And probably they will need to be experts themselves and work with experts who could support the transformation. 32%, in fact, struggle to reduce time to hire. 29% can't seem to attract talent for roles that are essential but often overlooked, like plant managers, distribution center leaders. These kind of roles that keep the lights on even when everything goes dark. We also heard about limited access to qualified talents in certain regions, a lack of diversity in pipeline, high salary expectations, and retention challenges. These are real headwinds. But here's the thing. In supply chain, leadership isn't just about steering the ship. It's about standing on the edge in all conditions and being that consistent point of clarity for teams, partners, and the entire value chain. That's why at Alcott Global, we don't just search for talent. We look for lighthouses, the leaders who can see further and faster and help others move safely towards what's next. In a world full of noise and uncertainty, the right hire doesn't just fill the role, they light the way forward. As we've seen, finding the right leadership is never easy, especially in value chains, where change is constant and expectations are high. That's why these next 5 leaders stand out. Their work reflects the rare combination of operational strength and a people-first leadership that's needed today. They've earned their place not just through the results, but through the impact that they have created. So here are the top 25 to 21 supply chain leaders of 2025.
With over 25 years of international experience across industries, from energy and automotive to consumer goods and aeronautics, he brings a powerful combination of strategy, operational excellence, and leadership impact. In his current role heading the global supply chain operations, he oversees the entire flow from design to delivery and champions resilience, efficiency, and customer-centric innovation. The top 25 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025 is Alexandre Bobert, Chief Supply Chain Officer and Head of Global Supply Chain Operations at Schindler. Congratulations, Alexandre Bobert. For him, supply chain management is the most fascinating function in the business. He is captivated by the way the numerous gears within supply chain interlock to ensure on-time delivery to a diverse customer base, ranging from global automotive players to individual consumers. Alongside his team, he excels at transforming ideas and technologies into future-proof customer-centric solutions. He lives in southern Germany with his family, where he breeds corals and is an avid road cyclist. This year's Leaders in Supply Chain Awards Top 24 goes to Arne Fleming, SVP Corporate Supply Chain Management and Global Logistics Services at Robert Bosch GmbH. Congratulations, Arne Fleming. He spent over 25 years leading transformative supply chains on a global scale. A British national with a truly international outlook, he's lived and worked in cities across Europe, Asia, and Australia, bringing with him a deep understanding of cultural and operational complexity. A firm believer in the power of people, he champions teams to lead with courage, unlock potential, and shape the future of supply chain. Congratulations to Gary Horsfield, the Group Supply Chain Officer and Category Leader Blade Excellence of BIC. the top 23 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025. She has worked globally across industries and disciplines to delight people with beautiful gifts and to deliver the miracles of science to patients. Colleagues attribute her success to her inclusive leadership, passion for purpose, and curiosity for the latest innovation, evident in her trailblazing achievements in driving disruption and meaningful change, all while sponsoring young talent in STEM and raising 4 children with her husband. And the winner of the top 22 in the Leaders of Supply Chain Awards 2025 is Ruth Beadle, former head of Global Supply Chain at Sanofi. Congratulations, Ruth Beadle. With a passion for food and drink, he has built a career in supply chain management, living and working across 7 different countries, overseeing the supply chain of some great and exciting brands within FMCG, retail, and healthcare. He's committed to ensuring that the supply chain sits at the heart of the business and that in supporting the brand's global growth ambitions, his supply chain team is diverse and representative of the markets in which the brand operates. Let's congratulate Francisco Javier Martinez Moreno, the Chief Supply Chain Officer of Costa Coffee, the top 21 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025.
It's never just about one individual. Great leadership often means building strong, smart, and resilient teams. That's something our top 25 to 21 have shown clearly, and we congratulate each of them once again. Up next, I'm glad to introduce you to Stephanie, our Managing Director for Benelux and France. She has spent years building connections with some of the most successful teams across Europe. And today she'll be sharing insights into what makes a high-performing team, what makes them stand apart, and how does that help companies push to the next level. Right after that, we'll continue the countdown with the leaders ranking from 20 to 16, so stay with us. Stephanie, over to you.
Earlier, Jaya talked about the lighthouse keepers, those leaders who guide others through uncertainty with clarity and resolve challenges. But even the strongest lighthouse can't stand alone. What truly makes a difference is a system, a connected network of lighthouses, of teams working together, signaling the right direction and covering each other's blind spots. That's what defines successful supply chain teams. They're not just engineered for efficiency. They're designed for resilience, for adaptability, for relentless collaboration. At Alcott Global, we've partnered with hundreds of supply chain leaders. The highest performing teams we've seen, they're not always the biggest, nor the one with the biggest resources. They're the most aligned. Every function, planning, procurement, logistics, sustainability, moving like parts of one living system. It's not just about hitting KPIs. It's about people who trust each other when forecasts fail, who speak a shared language across borders and time zones, who know when the pressure rises, they're not alone, they're connected. That kind of connection doesn't happen by chance. It takes leadership. Leadership that fosters clarity, builds psychological safety, and creates the space for every team member to lead wherever they are in the chain. So if you're building or rebuilding, don't just ask, are we optimized? Ask, are we visible to each other? Are we communicating clearly? Are we moving forward together, even in the fog? Do we trust each other blindly through the storm? Because when the conditions are right, your team becomes more than operational. It becomes transformational. the supply chain stops being a cost center. It becomes what it was always meant to be, a strategic engine for growth. The best teams don't just respond to the world. They light the way through it. It's clear that behind every great operation is a team that's agile, innovative, and relentless in pursuit of excellence. Speaking of excellence, it's time to celebrate the leaders setting the gold standard in our industry. From the top 20, we're narrowing down to the top 16. Those who have demonstrated exceptional leadership, impact, and vision in supply chain management.
He is a transformational leader with over 3 decades of experience in the FMCG and pharmaceutical industries, having established Asia's first World Economic Forum digital lighthouse in genetic pharmaceutical manufacturing. His hands-on leadership style shines through his deep engagement, often rolling up his sleeves to collaborate with frontline teams to ignite innovative thinking. Outside of work, he enjoys golf, cycling, organic farming, and cherishing quality time with his family. The top 20 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025 is Sanjay Sharma, the head of global operations at Dr. Reddy's Laboratories Limited. Congratulations, Sanjay Sharma. His passion has always been about operations. As early as the age of 12, he had already opened his own service company. He engaged his then 11-year-old brother to wash cars in the compound where they were living and created a rate card for his customers, neighbors, including SLAs and KPIs. Throughout his entire career, he has been expanding his passion for operations within luxury beauty and fashion companies. This year's Leaders in Supply Chain Awards Top 19 goes to Andrea Marco, the Chief Operating Officer of Shallhope Group. Congratulations, Andrea Marco. She's a rational optimist who appreciates beautiful things and believes that there's nothing more beautiful than great design and execution. This belief has enabled her to lead the transformation of the supply chain and operations organization in the right way. Outside of work, she is kept busy raising her 4 sons with her husband Maurice. Congratulations to Janice Scully, SVP Supply Chain and Operations at Perigo, for being the top 18 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025. Known for connecting strategy to execution, he has successfully led organizations through complex transformations by blending operational excellence with digital innovation and strong team empowerment. Currently based in the US, he enjoys running, reading, soccer, and spending quality time with his family. And the winner of the top 17 of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025 is Douglas Guilherme, the Supply Chain Vice President of the Hershey Company. Congratulations, Douglas Guilherme. He has more than a quarter of a century of experience in supply chain management and a profound understanding of which processes and tools are necessary to turn challenges into real opportunities for the business. Together with his team, he has transformed the supply chain organization into a powerful, competitive force that makes a decisive difference. Let's congratulate Jorn Firsta, the SVP Supply Chain and Procurement of Diebold Nixdorf, top 16 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025.
Congratulations to these incredible leaders and their teams. Up next, I'm excited to introduce someone who's at the cutting edge of innovation. Andre, who is our head of innovation as well as founder of Supplify. He will be sharing some fresh insights on the latest tech trends shaping our industry, as well as he will give us a sneak peek into how Supplify is driving change across the world. Right after that, we'll go into top 15 to top 11 leaders, which you don't want to miss. Andre, over to you.
If supply chain leaders are the lighthouse keepers guiding teams through complexity, then technology is the power behind that beam. The brighter and more precisely focused that beam is, the further we can see. And of course, the sooner we can act. But here's the reality. Many are still trying to wire that beam together. In our latest industry survey, we realized that around 60% of companies are still struggling to integrate new tech with legacy systems. And about 51% say resistance to change or a lack of buy-in from the whole team and company is slowing them down. It's not a lack of tools, it's a lack of alignment. And yet, as you know, investment continues to surge. In 2025, we're seeing the strongest push yet toward supply chain planning, AI and machine learning, which is a huge one, and end-to-end control towers. All are aimed at one goal: clarity. Seeing more, responding faster, making better calls, and if possible, in real time. But again, here's the catch. No tool, no matter how advanced, no matter how much AI or ML you are putting into it, can do that alone, or at least not yet. To truly deliver value, the tech must also connect. Connect to people, to processes, and to each other pieces of technology you are already using. So that's exactly why we've built Supplify, to help companies navigate the growing ecosystem of supply chain tech and find the right solutions that actually work together as best as possible. Because the future isn't just digital, it's interconnected. And it's not just about finding the brightest lighthouse, it's about building a system where every signal, every piece matters. It's about finding where technology helps all of us move forward with greater visibility, smarter intelligence, better decision-making, and a lot more confidence. The opportunity is here. And the companies that learn to integrate, align, and adapt fast, they won't just keep up, they will lead the way.
He discovered his passion for supply chains right after engineering school, where his love for maths and operational research found real purpose. Passionate about sustainability and new digital technologies, he's especially proud that the supply chain he is heading is on track to deliver its Paris Agreement commitments while improving efficiency. Off the factory floor, recharges in the mountains, skiing in winter, hiking in summer, and never misses watching France play rugby. For him, a good supply chain is like a great climb. Sustainable, smart, and always moving forward, from farm to fridge. The top 15 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025 is David Boulanger, Executive Vice President and CSO Supply Chain at Arla Foods. Congratulations, David Boulanger. Don't wait for change. Be the reason it happens. Bringing together 30 years of experience in supply chain and beyond, he actively shapes the supply chain of the future, driven by a clear focus on people, technology, and process excellence. His ability to combine strategic thinking with real impact is reflected in the milestones and recognitions he has earned along the way. He is a firm believer that the future we imagine begins with the steps we take today. This year's Leaders in Supply Chain Awards Top 14 goes to Sven Marcotte, the Head of Supply Chain and Logistics Smart Infrastructure at Siemens AG. Congratulations, Sven Marcotte. Gained while living and working in 9 different countries, his extensive international experience has provided him with a global perspective and a rich understanding of diverse cultures. This has enabled him to lead people and businesses effectively in a global environment. His journey from the competitive arena of football to the strategic complexities of global supply chain management demonstrates his resilience, leadership, and commitment to collaborative teamwork. Congratulations to Kim Aldernon, the Vice President of Mobile Networks Global Supply Chain at Nokia, for being the top 13 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025. Every morning, he wakes up excited to dive into his work, driven by the mission to reimagine medicine and make a real difference in people's lives around the world. His career spans from R&D to manufacturing, and he has a deep passion for empowering his team to advance science, technology, and sustainability. He continues to be energized by collaboration, the transformative power of medicine, and a strong sense of responsibility to people and the planet. And the winner of the top 12 in the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025 is Stefan Lang, President of Operations at Novartis. Congratulations, Stefan Lang. He is someone who sees opportunities instead of obstacles. He is passionate about driving efficiencies and empowering his team to develop creative solutions that advance the business. He loves mentoring his team and inspiring them to think outside the box. When he's not at work, he enjoys spending time with his family outdoors. Let's congratulate Eric Lopez, the Chief Supply Chain Officer of Ulta Beauty, the top 11 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025.
Big congratulations to all leaders from the top 15 to top 11. Your work makes a difference in the supply chain. It's a powerful signal to your teams, to your partners, and the entire industry that you're setting the standard. It opens doors, builds trust, and cements your place as true leaders in value chain innovation. Now, the top 10 to top 1. The moment we've been waiting for is next. As we speak, actually, they are spotlighted. These great 10 individuals are spotlighted at the NASDAQ building in Times Square in New York. The supply chain is at the heart of the business value creation, and it's a reminder of what leadership and innovation can achieve together. So with that spirit, we now turn to this year's top 10 winners. These are the leaders, together with their teams, whose work isn't just impressive, it's defining what's next, what's possible in global supply chains. Visionary, resilient, and meaningful, these individuals have made the most impact in the year that has passed. So let's meet the top 10 to top 6 leaders.
She is passionate about developing people, transforming experts into business leaders, and building high-performance teams. She believes there's no compromise on talent and a winning mindset. Known for her end-to-end leadership and bold thinking, she stays curious by reading widely, engaging in industry forums, and seeking out diverse perspectives. What energizes her most is seeing people grow and knowing she plays a small part in their journey. In her spare time, she enjoys playing pickleball and exploring the Swiss mountains. Congratulations to Ifonka Janssen, Chief Supply Chain Officer of Swarovski, for being the top 10 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025. He is a seasoned operations leader with over 30 years of global experience who has consistently driven transformational change across complex supply chains. Under his leadership, a world-class, fully integrated operations engine has taken shape, fueled by strong processes exceptional talent, and a bold culture of innovation and collaboration. He empowers teams across the globe to shape the future of their industry and challenges them to do better every single day. This year's Leaders in Supply Chain Awards Top 9 goes to Flavio Torres, EVP and Global Chief Supply Chain Officer at the Kraft Heinz Company. Congratulations, Flavio Torres! With over 30 years of global experience, she's held senior leadership positions across operations and procurement in some of the world's leading multinational companies. A passionate advocate for the next generation, she mentors rising STEM professionals and serves as an executive sponsor of the Women Impact Network within her organization. She also brings her expertise to the national stage as Vice Chair of the Smithsonian Science Education Center Advisory Board. Outside of work, she and her husband are the proud parents of 3 daughters. Let's congratulate Mary Stevens, the Chief Operations Officer of Kenvue, the top 8 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025. When he was growing up, he always wanted to be a professional golfer. He even taught golf after college. His career took a pivotal turn when he accepted his first job after graduating, which assigned him directly to the shop floor. 30 years later, he is still doing what he loves in the supply chain and operations field around the world. The top 7 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025 is Jim Teboyka, SVP Global Operations at TE Connectivity. Congratulations, Jim Teboyka. He is a passionate leader with a strong focus on building high-performing teams and developing talent that can thrive across cultures, functions, and business challenges. Having held leadership roles in 7 countries across various business segments, he brings a unique blend of engineering roots, a global perspective, and a people-first mindset to his current role in global supply chain operations. Now based in France, he balances his passion for work with spending quality time with his kids and sneaking in a few rounds of golf whenever he can. Congratulations to Andy Turner, Global Chief Supply Chain Operations Royal Canin and Global Supply Lead at Mars Incorporated, on being the top 6 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025.
Well done to the top 10 to top 6 winners of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025. A well-earned place at the forefront of global supply chain leadership. Your impact is felt across borders, industries, and teams. Now, moving to the most awaited moment of the awards, revealing the top 5 leaders in supply chain of 2025, who, besides this recognition, receive trophies from us that are not just awards, but they are actual pieces of art made by the renowned artist Ovidiu Toader. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the most exciting moment of the night, let us find out who are the top 5 winners of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025.
With a career spanning over 25 years in the life sciences industry, she began her professional journey and moved through various roles with increasing accountability in supply chain, quality, and manufacturing. Her passion for purpose fuels her leadership because the delivery of each medicine is more than a milestone. It's a promise of hope, time, and possibility for patients and their families. Outside of her professional life, she enjoys spending quality time with her husband and their 3 daughters. Let's congratulate Karen Shanahan, Executive Vice President, Global Product Development and Supply at Bristol Myers Squibb, the top 5 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025.
At Bristol Myers Squibb, our mission is to discover, develop, and deliver innovative medicines that help patients prevail over serious diseases. I'm privileged to lead the Global Product Development and Supply Organization, comprised of approximately 10,000 employees who are united by a shared purpose to bring hope to our patients around the world through the sustainable development and delivery of high-quality, innovative, life-changing medicines. Since the launch of our new GPS operating model and strategic evolution in 2022, we have embarked on a bold journey to become a highly synchronized, transparent, and sustainable supply chain network with a digital-first mindset that enables a competitive advantage for the company. We have invested in building critical capabilities, standardizing processes, and integrating digital technologies to strengthen data-driven decision-making while maintaining a strong emphasis on patient centricity. With a purposeful shift, we're progressing to a single system of truth, data democratization, and accessibility. This strong foundation has enabled rapid advancement of our digital capabilities, increasing end-to-end visibility of processes and speed of data-driven insights, leading to more effective, integrated business planning, robust long-range planning intelligence, and optimized site operations. And as a result, we're able to further our mission by bringing more medicines to more patients faster.
After graduating from engineering school, he served in the French Navy, a foundational experience that drives his approach to navigating complex operations worldwide. Drawing from his passion for rugby, where strategy, teamwork, and adaptability determine victory, he nurtures high-performing teams that keep the supply chain responsive in an increasingly unpredictable market. A people-first leader, he believes that by unleashing every individual's full potential, a group can achieve collective excellence. Congratulations to Demian de Couvelaire, Chief Supply Chain Officer at L'Oréal Group, the top 4 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025.
Hello, the world we are living in has drastically changed, and those changes are accelerating. Demand is more unpredictable than ever, especially due to impact of social network, e-commerce, social commerce, and soon agentic commerce. Retailers are moving to new operating models and are deeply transforming their go-to-market. Disruption of all types and origin pop up every day, and new regulation bring every day additional complexity. In this context, L'Oréal supply chain is engaged in a massive transformation. What are the 5 main principles driving this transformation? First, we put customer at the heart of our operations. We know our customer, we are close to them, and we know their expectations. We shape our offer to meet those expectations. What kind of product, lead time, service, we permanently adapt our network and build the capabilities required to operate smoothly across all channels, and we develop strong partnership with our retailer to create value together for our customers. We are deploying the Customer First program that fully embeds this part of the transformation. Then, we want to make our responsiveness a competitive advantage, building scenario planning to be able to react to viral sales acceleration, bringing muscle in our upstream supply chain to make it more responsive and more resilient, being agile by design by deploying the right sourcing footprint and product conception. We are also engaged in large programs to make our supply chain connected and digital. We are moving to a new ERP, implementing a state-of-the-art UMS, strengthening our e-commerce digital capabilities. We are also leveraging AI and Gen AI across the whole organization and on our key processes. ESG is fully part of our DNA, and we are engaged since many years to make our supply chain sustainable. For the 9th consecutive year, we have been awarded AAA by the Carbon Disclosure Program. We are strongly reducing our CO2 emission, and over the 5 last years, our air freight has been cut by 5. Finally, we are empowering our teams and transforming our organization to make it future fit. We are a people-driven company. We leverage the power of diversity. We develop new skills, including data and tech savviness and change management. And we keep attracting new talent. I am extremely proud of our patient and very engaged team. They are clearly our number one asset.
He brings nearly 3 decades of global end-to-end supply chain leadership experience in the consumer packaged goods industry. His career has spanned the globe, starting in his home country of Brazil, then Latin America and Europe before he moved to the United States. His growth is fueled by his team's unwavering commitment, their embrace of new challenges, and their relentless optimism. Outside of work, his family is his greatest inspiration, and spending quality time with his wife Andrea and their 2 daughters, Mariana and Luisa, is a great source of joy. This year's Leaders in Supply Chain Awards Top 3 goes to Alexandre Eboli, Executive Vice President and Chief Supply Chain Officer at Conagra Brands. Congratulations, Alexandre Eboli.
First, I would like to thank Alcott Global for recognizing the achievements of our entire supply chain team. It's an honor to be included among such outstanding leaders. I especially want to recognize and appreciate the entire supply chain team at Conagra. In a particularly challenging external environment, the team continues to be committed to deliver value to Conagra stakeholders, while transforming the supply chain to be future-ready and continue to deliver value in the long term. In a moment of volatility and uncertainty, their commitment and refuse to lose attitude is the foundation of our culture. We continue to invest in digital transformation across our supply chain, focusing on creating value by delivering growth through world-class customer service, profitability with a relentless focus on costs, and cash by continuously optimizing our working capital. All that leveraging leading-edge technology while creating opportunities for our people to grow and develop. I would also like to appreciate our customers and suppliers who have been great partners in our journey on creating a digitally connected supply chain. The long-term commitment in serving our consumers world-class has been and continues to be a core element of our journey. Finally, I would like to invite all supply chain leaders across the multiple industries to continue to collaborate on the construction of the supply chain profession, investing in developing the next generation of leaders and setting the foundation to be more efficient, resilient, and sustainable network that we all share and will be serving consumers across the globe for many generations to come. I am proud of what Conagra team has achieved and excited for the future. On behalf of Conagra Brands, thank you once again for this great recognition.
He has been practicing martial arts since childhood and is passionate about art and music. Each year, he co-organizes the Friendship Forever annual live concert. bringing together like-minded, energetic, and music-loving friends. They use youth as a pen and love as the ink to compose melodies that are both passionate and warm. This process is a perfect reflection of his approach to supply chain management. Through meticulous planning at every stage and agile collaboration at each sprint, he ultimately fosters synergy and shares success with stakeholders. The top 2 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025 is Max Chu, Chief Sourcing and Supply Chain Officer at Foxconn Technology Group. Congratulations, Max Chu.
It's a great honor to receive this award. I want to sincerely thank all my colleagues. This recognition belongs to all of us. It's the result of our shared effort, our persistence, and our belief in the power of digital transformation. At Foxconn, we are committed to building a smarter, more agile, and sustainable supply chain. And to make that vision real, we have developed 3 core digital systems. The first is BondMate, the world's first AI-powered bond knowledge platform. It combines advanced AI with a massive component database, offering one-click part searches and smart substitution suggestions. This innovation earned us Top Industry Award in 2024. The second is ESCRM, the fastest risk alert system in the industry. It tracks over 7,400 manufacturers and 3 million part numbers. When a disruption like an earthquake happens, the system can pinpoint affected parts and notify our team within 20 minutes. That speed is a game changer. The third is our supplier ESG digital management platform. It helps us work closely with the suppliers to strengthen sustainability through digital evaluations, training, and empowerment. In year 2024, we proudly released Taiwan's first supplier responsibility report. Our efforts have been recognized globally by CDP, IPE, and the Dow Jones Sustainability Index. Together, these 3 platforms form a powerful digital ecosystem. They helped us connect upstream supply directly to downstream customer needs, enabling smart manufacturing and more informed, data-driven decisions. We are not just optimizing the supply chain, we are shaping its future. Once again, thank you to Alco Global for this incredible recognition. It's truly a moment for us to reflect, realign, and reaffirm our shared commitment to excellence, innovation, and partnership. Thank you.
His curiosity for how things work launched him from mechanical engineer to the youngest plant manager in company history, and eventually to leading global supply chain organizations. Known for setting bold goals and empowering teams to exceed them, he brings the same unwavering determination to work as he does when competing in Ironman triathlons. He believes great leadership is the ultimate differentiator, and he lives it every day by creating clarity, inspiring excellence, and building teams that deliver with purpose and impact. And the top 1 winner of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2025 is Cliff Henson, Corporate Vice President, Cloud Supply Chain and Engineering of Microsoft. Congratulations, Cliff Henson.
Hello, everyone. I'm truly honored to be recognized by Alcott Global for the 2nd year in a row. and to especially celebrate the incredible achievements of our Microsoft Cloud supply chain team. Now, while I may be the one receiving this recognition, this award represents the hard work and the dedication of our entire team. Microsoft's massive growth and success is directly related to our cloud supply chain team. We design, build, and deploy millions of server, storage, and networking products, including our very own custom silicon chips that power over 400 data center campuses around the world. And over the last few years, we've invested heavily in building out our AI cloud and our AI products. Now, when generative AI first started making waves, we didn't just see a new tool. We saw a once-in-a-generation opportunity to transform how we work, to empower our teams, simplify complex processes, and to scale faster than ever before. But we knew for AI to really work, it had to start with our people. So we put learning first. More than 7,000 hours of hands-on training. We created Shark Tank competitions for new ideas and the creation of an AI champions community. Now that work has resulted in the deployment of 15 AI agents, and we've got a goal of over 100 agents to be deployed in the next 12 months. Now our AI agent strategy is saving us millions of dollars and thousands of hours every month. It's helping us fulfill customer orders faster, make smarter and faster decisions, and build a supply chain that's truly built for the future. And through AI, we are helping our teams to focus on the work that really matters, delivering impact and creating value where it counts the most. Now, at the same time, we've remained laser focused on meeting our sustainability goals of zero waste, being water positive, and reducing our carbon emissions by 55% by 2030. And I believe those are the most aggressive goals in the industry. And by the way, we're making great progress. So for example, we're approaching zero waste through innovations like our circular centers, where we disassemble our products when they reach their end of useful life, and we either reuse or recycle those parts, such as hard drives, memory, power supplies, and more. Over 91% of our hardware is either reused or recycled. We even recover rare earth elements like magnets from millions of hard drives each year. It is truly a circular supply chain. We're also decarbonizing our logistics network by using cleaner fuels, such as sustainable aviation fuel, green diesel, marine fuel, and we're also shifting our supplier network to use renewable and carbon-free energy. Now, this recognition reflects how Microsoft's cloud supply chain integrates generative AI to redefine the industry standards, to drive innovation, and meet the sustainability goals. But hey, in the end, the one thing that ties all this together is our amazing people. And for every team member who said yes to change, yes to learning, and yes to bold innovation, to the entire cloud supply chain team, this award belongs to you. Thank you for your partnership, your passion, and especially your belief in what's possible.
Congratulations once again to all the winners, to every leader, to all your teams, to many thousands and thousands of supply chain professionals that made this happen. Whether you're in the top 30, top 5, it doesn't matter. You represent the very best of what our industry has to offer. A big thank you to all of you for participating. A big thank you to the Elcott Global team, to our esteemed jury members who have dedicated time and expertise to evaluate this year's case study submissions, to all the peers that took time to vote, and everyone who made this possible. Moments like this take months of collaboration at all levels, and we are grateful for all of you who helped us. To all of you watching, thank you for being part of this. Keep leading, keep building, keep showing the world what's possible when excellence meets purpose. We look forward to seeing you again at the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards 2026. Until then, lead with purpose.
Remarkable achievements have been showcased today at the 2025 edition of the Leaders in Supply Chain Awards. Congratulations to the top 30 winners, who, together with their teams, are the beacons, standing firm in turbulent seas and lighting the path for the next generation of supply chain leaders. Amazing work, esteemed jury panel for your rigorous evaluations, and the 2,000 plus C-level executives who participated in peer voting, ensuring the final list reflects both strategic merit and industry recognition. We are privileged to showcase supply chain excellence today, bringing an 11-month project to such an epic celebration, Moments like this take months of collaboration and care, and we are grateful to everyone who made this possible. Once again, congratulations to all winners. Continue to push for excellence and inspire the future.
Thank you for joining us in celebrating the outstanding achievements of our winners. Now, we invite you to take a closer look at highlights from their inspiring case studies. To explore more, simply click on the resources section shown here. Inside the resources section, you'll find links to each of the winners' dedicated pages. Click any name to dive into their case study highlights. Learn more about the winners and their innovative case study. Each story offers valuable insights and inspiration. Don't miss the chance to explore them all. Click the resources section now.
Tomorrow's supply chain stories are already being written. Will you be in the room